I would imagine Fergus would have some thoughts about this, so I'm sure you'll explore those more as we keep playing. What Fergus really thinks about that situation and the promise he's made, and not really wanting to go through with it. Crocus
may have girl bossed a little bit too close to the sun.
may have. Crocus, you getting up close and personal with the shapeshifter in that last battle, you may have a few questions about why a shapeshifter. Like that may have been something that Crocus thought of. Like, that's strange. That's a weird thing to have happened. Thinking mostly that it was just a large, like, giant shark creature. It surprised you that it was just a regular person underneath all that. And one that seemed surprised in the situation. One that didn't even seem like it knew what was going on as you finished it off. And then Shisa, you probably have the most anxious conscience of everyone, because you know that you're up next here. As you guys are heading back towards the surface, you know that it's time to go find Vivian's harp. And you know that it's not going to be easy, because nobody even knows where it is. They know where it was last, but they don't know where it is now. And so your plan is to go visit, currently, from what I've heard, your plan is to go visit that spot where it once was, the destroyed temple, which at the time was not destroyed while it was there, but going to go visit that temple and seeing if you can track down where they went after that. So that's kind of the idea. To get there, you know it's going to take a while. And right now
Discord
you're all...
messaging just gone down? Can someone try and message me on Discord? I think Discord's gone down. But anyway, continue, sorry.
So with all of that in mind, you are all on the back of your giant anglerfish. And as you're riding, you still have the rest of your group with you as well. So you have the kobold, who is kind of tinkering with something on the back of the anglerfish. Every once in a while, it sparks and he goes, and he kind of puts it down and or waves at it a little bit as it's smoking and kind of puts it back. You have your companion Trevor as well. Trevor is with you, and he is kind of hanging out close to where Crocus is, just kind of following you around. Not like a puppy dog or anything, but more so like just someone who is looking to you like for guidance. Leon's also with you. If you have anything you want to say or do with Leon, your brother Fergus and one of your other demigods, formerly played by Mr. Colin Smoke. And then you also have the band as well. The band is chilling with you all as well. They are sheepish at the moment.
As they should be.
Yeah, as they should be. Partially their fault. So, as they're kind of, they're whispering kind of on one edge of the anglerfish, just kind of, like I said, sheepishly. Every once in a while you see their eyes darting up at you guys guiltily, and then they kind of look back to themselves and shut the fuck up. What would you like to do, if anything?
Glaring at them.
You hear one of them, the one called Grit with the spiky hair, the drummer. He says,
"I've never seen her look like that. She looks pissed. I thought she was kind of the happy one."
And then the lead singer, Jean-Paul, he goes, "You shut the fuck up, mate. Just shut the fuck up and stop talking." Would anyone like to say or do anything with each other? Or you can also speak to the anglerfish as well, Fergus. You have that ability of communicating with it.
I think...
Go on.
No, you go first.
The anglerfish kind of came out of nowhere, right? Because I don't remember summoning it. I think it just kind of sensed right? That we needed help.
So it is the one that brought you to the city in the first place. So it was kind of chilling outside like a parked car outside the city.
Right. Okay. Never mind then. My question is null and void. I was going to ask how it knew we needed help, but it probably just saw. So never mind.
I think Crocus would have updated everyone else on what happened and what they know by now.
Okay.
Especially with the shapeshifter and stuff.
Okay. So it is common knowledge with everyone now that it was a shapeshifter, and in the heat of the battle, some people may not have noticed, but may have just looked like the shark disappeared, but it did not. It was changed back into a human form because of your spell.
Did the human die?
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately drowned to death.
Do we know who the human was?
You do not. You didn't really get a good look at the human.
So that means that Gormok is still out there.
Right.
Yeah.
And
oh shit.
You're all a bit nervous heading towards the surface, nervous that he's waiting there for you or something like that.
Right. Honestly, to the band, what the hell were you guys thinking?
We forgot, love. We forgot the thing was with us.
How do you forget that something like that is with you? You saw the damage that he did. Like, how dare you?
Jean-Paul kind of, again, sheepishly scratches the back of his neck and nervously kind of looks down. He says, "Is there something we can do to make it up to you? Anything?"
No, we defeated him.
I think there's something that you can do at least that can, maybe put a little bit of, like, redemption on your name, would be to help us find the Harp of Vivian.
That, and tell us everything you know about Gormok, because clearly you were hiding things.
We'll go in order of what you guys said. So, Jean-Paul looks over to you, Shisa, and he says, "What do you expect we do, love? You want us to play some music, and what do you want?"
Wait, so you don't know anything, do you?
What am I supposed to know?
I'm guessing that response means that you don't know anything.
I'm sorry, I don't. We know nothing.
Damn it.
I'm gonna be honest, Jean Paul. I reckon you're lying.
Roll
Not
an insight
once. An insight check. Oh, I didn't launch game. Shit. Wait, let me re-roll. My bad. It was on the page and I just hadn't launched it. One sec.
You're good.
I can probably do that too.
Yeah, of course. You're the one asking the question.
Don't work.
Okay. Insight. There we go.
All right, so we got a 20 from Fergus. And what do we got from Shisa?
What do I gotta roll again?
Insight. Dirty 20.
I just want to make sure mine's working.
Oh, it
You
wasn't
sure
making noise for me.
What'd you say?
You were dirty
making
20.
noise.
Oh.
Sorry.
Go on, mine's just irrelevant. Go.
It seems to be working. What's going on?
Oh, Discord's working now, finally.
Oh, okay. And then, do you have Roll20 and D&D Beyond open?
Yeah. I don't have the game launched. Oh, yeah.
You
I was
did
like,
Well, you can just tell me what your roll was if it was good, or you can re-roll if it was bad. I don't care.
So it didn't roll?
It did not.
Okay, let's do it.
There you go. All right.
Hey, yo.
Fergus and Shisa. Jean-Paul seems pretty honest in that he doesn't know much. He's just a guy. He's a greedy corporate sellout is basically what he is. He doesn't know anything about gods or religion or any of those things, really. He was doing a job to make some money. He was basically playing music for an advertiser, which was Gormok, to get people on Gormok's side. But he looks over to Crocus, who also asked a question kind of at the same time. He says, "I'll swear we don't know anything about your god, Vivian." But he's still looking at Crocus. He says, "But Crocus, I mean, I can tell you, he obviously wanted people to believe in him. He wanted people to worship him like they worship us. That's why he
Oh.
gave us all that attention and money. He wanted his name on everything we did."
He has no followers. At least very little.
Is
Gormok got no clout.
So you guys know Gormok is not a god. He is a demon. He's a creature from the hells. He is not a god. Therefore, his power is much more limited than yours would be if you guys got to your full potential. He needs people to believe in him to go to god status.
Right.
He needs enough people to like be his followers, to worship him, to become a god. That's how gods are created. Enough people put their worship, their belief into that thing.
He wants to be God. Oh. Does he have any other people he's sponsoring?
Oh yeah,
That
all
you know
kinds. Yeah. We're not the only ones. I don't know if we're the only band, but I know of lots of people, artists and architecturalists and what are they called? Architects. That's what I meant.
Mm.
You know, he puts his resources in all kinds of places.
Well, shit. I'm trying to think of more questions. That's interesting to know, though.
Okay, so if you don't know where the Harp of Vivian would be, do you know anybody who would know where the Harp of Vivian would be?
He's gonna roll a history check, see if he can think back on people in his life. He is a music guy, so there is that. I rolled my giant d20. He got an 18. He's kind of like thinks back, and the drummer, Grit, leans forward and kind of whispers something into his ear, and he kind of nods his head, and he says, "Yeah, that's right, yeah. We played in a religious town, a town dedicated to Vivian. Well, it used to be before, when people believed in her. There was still a few people, still a few believers there. They might know."
Where is that town?
Do you want a location? You got a map? You do have a map.
Yeah, I've got a map here, and I just like unfurl it in front of him.
As you unfurl the map, he takes a little bit of gunpowder and circles an area on the map with his thumb. Kind of dips his thumb in the gunpowder and circles an area for you. He says, The town here, it's not a big town, but it's at the base of a mountain. Probably near where the temple is you're trying to go to. So maybe they would know. I don't remember the name of the dingy little place, but I remember where it was.
The location's good enough. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was an unforgettable show. People love music there, that's for sure. Now,
All right.
is there anything else we can do? Anything we can do to make it up to you? I'm seriously sorry.
Say sorry again.
I'm sorry.
One more time. One more time.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Unless you have any other information that you think could help us.
He kind of like looks back to the band members. They kind of shrug. He says, "If I think of anything, I'll let you know." As he
Fergus
says
just
that, behind you, Fergus, you hear who is messing with something. He goes,
I've done it.
You turn around and you see, and he is holding up what looks like kind of like a Freddy Krueger looking glove. It's just like it likes a glove with like these claws that are coming out of the end of it. He goes, "Fergus, look what I made."
Can you show me what it does, please?
He says, "Put it on, put it on." It
You
looks
sure
similar
it's
to
safe?
the glove that he uses to make like holes in the glass.
Yeah. Are you sure this is safe?
No, but has anyone done anything cool without taking some risks?
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. If this blows my hand off, though, I'm taking yours with me.
he kind of like nervously laughs, like, "Okay, I'll try it first. I'll try it." He leaves it on his hand, and he holds it up, and he goes, "God Killer, activate!" And as he does that, the thing sparks, and he goes, "Oh shit!" And his hand, like electric shock, kind of goes through his arm, and his hand starts smoking, and he knocks the glove off, and he goes,
Shit, I'm sorry. I thought I could.
Hey, listen, don't let that set you back though, because listen, you've got a prototype, and now just refine the goods, and you never know, it might become the God Killer.
He kind of like, when you say that, he looks up at you, and you see a gentle smile curl across his kobold lips, and he looks back down at his glove, which is kind of smoking in front of him, and his hand, which has a little bit of black electric soot on it, and he kind of like rubs his hands together, and he goes,
Thanks, Fergus.
That's so sweet.
No worries, McMahon.
Fergus like, Fergus, who's your friend?
Well, this is the crazy bastard. He's the guy I got scaling the. He's the guy I got scaling the domes. I don't really know. He doesn't really trust us, but he's kind of cracked.
A little bit. Crocus goes to shake his hand.
he wipes all the soot off of his hands and goes to shake yours. Your hand is much bigger than his. It engulfs his entire hand as you grab it and kind of shake it up and down. And he goes,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Close. Yeah, you got it. There you go.
There we go.
So, what's the plan when we get back to the surface? You gonna?
he kind of scratches his neck.
You gonna let me go, Fergus, or do I have to stick with you guys?
That choice is yours. We're not gonna hold you against your will, but if you want to join the party, our arms are open.
He kind of nods his head.
Okay. Thanks. I'll think about it.
Trevor, kind of behind you, Crocus. He's whittling on a piece of petrified wood that he found down there in the city. And he's just kind of whittling some kind of design into it. He can kind of hear him like frustratedly chipping out at it. He kind
of this isn't working.
He's trying to whittle this little piece of wood. He looks up at you as you're looking at him confused, and he goes, I'm trying to make a he kind of like smiles a little bit. I'm trying to make like any animal. Like I don't know which one to make yet, so I'm kind of just whittling away. Like a little trinket, like a token.
That's cool, Trevor. That's handy. You could definitely use that on the surface.
You know, I gotta make money somehow. I don't have a crew anymore.
We're your crew.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to stick with you guys when we get back.
Why is that?
You're going crazy places.
Obviously, Crocus is a little bit quiet because she's like, yeah, no shot I'm letting this kid come with us. Oh.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. That's what I say to Trevor,
Mhm.
not to Crocus.
He kind of smiles and shrugs his shoulders, and he says, "I'm just a guy. There's not much I can do. But I know you guys will be able to do whatever you want. You're so cool and strong."
You've done a great job so far, Trevor. I mean, look at all the damage you inflicted to Gormok.
You
Yeah,
literally got him right in the eye, Trevor. Like, that was so helpful.
yeah, I guess. I guess. You know, I just hoped I carried my weight a little bit, so I'm not just a useless uh, uh, thing that you have to protect.
For your
Damsel in
first
distress.
adventure, you've done amazing. Don't you worry.
Thanks.
You're still just a kid. You've never been useless. You still have so much more left to do, Trevor. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. I got a whole life ahead of me, all kinds of stuff I can do. Probably not whittling,
Anything
though,
you
and he
want.
kind of throws the wooden piece over his shoulder.
I mean, you know, the options are out there.
He laughs, and you guys all kind of sit together on the back of the anglerfish, enjoying your ride up to the surface. It takes a few hours to reach that spot. As you're approaching the surface, Fergus, you hear the anglerfish let out a groan, which everyone else just hears a groan, but Fergus, you hear the anglerfish.
Next stop, the surface.
Guys, we're getting close.
Kaizo, thank you for the raid party of 5. What's up, Kaizo fam? Welcome, welcome. How was Elden Ring? Tell me about your stream. I won't be able to talk too much to chat, but hi everybody from chat. We're playing D&D. If you don't know what Dungeons & Dragons is, you're about to know. It's a cooperative storytelling game. A lot of fun. I'm the narrator, and everyone else is like the characters in the story. And right now they are on the back of a giant fish, about to breach the surface of the ocean and return back to land and go on an adventure to find a magical harp. So it's a cool story, and yeah, welcome everybody. All right. So Fergus, you warn everybody that the surface is on its way. Is there anything else you guys want to do before we move on to the next chapter and have you guys return to the surface?
I want to tell Trevor about my hometown. I can't remember what it was called, though, but I kind of want to nudge him in that direction.
Okay.
I think.
All right. So you kind of tell Trevor about your home and that it's a quaint little town that would be a safe place for him to build a life.
And he could go straight to the bakery, and my father would take him in and teach him how to bake and all those skills. And I would return in the next, who knows? But I intend on seeing that kid again.
Okay. Trevor, he says, all right, I mean, that's a better plan than I had. I was just going to wander up and down the coast till I found a city. So yeah, I'll head in that direction and see what I find that way.
Can I give him some money as well?
Sure,
to
how
get
much
him,
money
like,
do you want to give?
rolling? I don't, how do I check how much money I have?
It'll be in your equipment in the top right. It'll be your GP.
Oh, there we go.
How many GP do you have?
I have 1,200 GP.
Oh, amazing.
So I think I'm gonna
you
give
guys
him
made
like.
some money. I don't remember where, but you got some money from some kind of.
It's
Grove.
from the jewelry box from the monkeys, the crazy
Mm.
monkey fuckers.
Yes.
How much is gold worth? Like.
To give you an idea, a gold
Mm-hmm.
piece would be like a night at a hotel, like a nice hotel.
Okay.
A gold piece would buy you like a round of drinks for, you know, a group of like
Mhm.
15 people.
Okay, so you think like 100 gold pieces would get him to my town? Get him
Yeah,
home, at
100 gold
least?
pieces would be like what your dad makes in a year.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna send him like a little bit extra so that he can give some to my dad, I guess, because I'm not gonna do anything with it.
Okay.
Let's send him off with 120 pieces, I think.
All right.
I'll
Sounds
remove
good.
inventory.
Yeah, you guys are very wealthy in terms of the amount of money that you have. Now, whether or not you have like, actual wealth is another thing, right? It's whatever. But the amount of money you have is pretty large. Know that the more magical or special the things that you want are, the more expensive they'll be. So if we end up doing shopping at any point and you're looking for like magical weapons and things like that, magical things are usually going to run you much higher than 1,000 gold pieces, depending on what they are. So, with that said, and I think I kind of over-exaggerated the amount of gold piece. A gold piece would probably buy you a few drinks, like a few beers at a bar, or like a night at the tavern kind of thing. I shouldn't have said a nice hotel. Like
Oh, no, it's all
definitely not a
good.
5-star.
All good. I
but
just
yeah.
told him, like, use this to get home, give whatever's left to my dad to tell him that I'm still alive, essentially.
All right.
I want to summon my little snake buddy.
Yeah. He, yeah, you hold your hand out, and the snake forms from the item and appears in front of you, kind of slithering on the ground. It slithers up your leg and wraps itself around you. You can speak to it too. So, did you want to say something?
No, I don't talk to him. I speak with him telepathically.
Okay. He just kind of nuzzles into you and assumes his spot on your body where you keep him, and is ready to help you with anything you need or answer any questions you might have or talk to. And then the band. We got Jean-Paul, the lead singer. He kind of looks at you all as you are about to breach the surface, and he says, "When we get back to the surface, we're going to head to one of the coastal cities, one of the bigger ones, and try and make some money playing music. If you'd like, we're pretty familiar with the coast. You can follow us. Otherwise, you can go on your own and do what you're going to do. I don't know where exactly we're at. We'll know when we reach the surface, but I know quite a bit about the ports and different things, being a pirate and all."
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I think we just leave that up to Trevor.
Oh.
Trevor's heading towards Crocus's hometown.
Oh, he's already left. Sorry, I thought the
Well,
pirates.
he hasn't
were speaking
left
to
yet.
him.
No, you guys haven't even
No.
reached the surface yet. I'm just kind of preparing you guys for the plan of what would happen in case
Right.
it depends on what you see above the surface. Like what if there's a big bad guy waiting for you on the shore, you're gonna have to deal with that problem or whatever.
Right.
But
What were you saying before, Commander? I kind of interrupted you.
I don't know if I said anything incredibly important. Just that the band was knowledgeable about the ports, and so they could kind of, depending on where you breach and where you dock, and find yourself back on the shore, they can probably help you to the nearest city. Otherwise, you guys can follow your map and head straight towards the area where they circled. But it's just it depends on what you guys want to do. If you want to rest in a city, you'd probably want to follow the band. If you want to risk maybe not resting at all in a city, like having to rest out in the open or out in the woods or something, then you would head towards your next destination instead. So basically what I'm offering you is an NPC to lead you to a town that you can explore, like a coastal town, or I'm offering you go on your own.
What's everyone's HP?
I'm full HP now.
Me too.
Shisa? Yeah, honestly, I'm almost full HP. I'm down to skip the long rest and we can just go out.
Well, I'm low on spells. Well, 3rd and 4th level spells, that is. I can't do.
Do you have to rest to get those back?
Have to long rest.
Mm.
Okay.
And I don't have any more inspiration either. I'm out of a lot of spells.
Crocus has one more beast shape, I believe. Can transform one more time. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many inspirations Shisa has left.
None.
So it seems like your group's about at a little under half their power level at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
We did just level up, so I have one more 4th level spell, but that's like, and then I have like 3 more 1 level spells.
So it might be good to maybe like spend a night and then hit the road, maybe.
I'm just worried, like, if Gormak shows up, we're fucked.
Right.
Oh man, I guess if we live in fear like that the entire time, then I guess we're never gonna get anything done. But he'll find us eventually if we don't move fast enough. I gotta get that harp.
True.
I feel really weak. Like, honestly, I feel like even though like my dissonant whispers does like some damage, like even when I like do thunderclap and dissonant whispers, I just feel like I'm just like not doing any damage. And like the biggest thing for me is like just healing everybody. And I'm like, I want to do more damage. Like I want to be cooler.
I think a quick long rest then probably off to the town for a night.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think, yeah, now that I've thought it through, that sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem like a plan to everyone? All right. As the anglerfish heads up towards the surface, its back breaches the top of the water, and there you all stand in the open air, staring at the coast, anticipating something, of which there is nothing. There's nothing waiting for you on the coast. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining brightly. It almost blinds you with its brightness just because you've been in the deep ocean for so long. It just kind of, you squint and have to adjust to the light. The anglerfish's little light bulb thing that comes off of its head is kind of sticking out of the water, and it's even dangling above the shore, kind of lighting your path. You're able to walk along the top of it like a bridge and land yourself on the shore. From there, the anglerfish says,
Goodbye, Fergus. Goodbye, Leon.
Bye, my friend. Thanks for your help.
You are welcome. And tell your father I said hello.
Yes, sir.
all right, the anglerfish dives back down into the water and leaves you all on the shore. Again, the sun is bright. It's hot, and it's kind of one of those rocky, sandy shores. You've got a mountainside behind you that kind of cuts off the shore. It's not just a shore that goes out into like a flat open area. It's the shoreline of sand that then kind of ramps up to a rocky mountainside. You're in a pretty secluded area. It seems like the anglerfish did a good job of finding a spot that was kind of out of the way. And as the band is looking around, they kind of look to you all, and Jean-Paul says, well, I know big old city Cliffhaven. It's to the south from here. You can go there. Or if you're going to your destination, you probably want to go north from here.
Ooh.
You coming with us, or? No cities for a while north, but should be some safe spots you can rest in the woods if you'd like.
That's the opposite direction of where we're supposed to be going.
It's not a long ways, it's only a few hours.
Oh, is it?
Only a few hours walk.
What do you guys think?
I'm down. I'm down. It's only a few hours. I'm down to make the trip.
Cool with you, Jinx?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go with them.
As you guys walk along the shore, it is a calm breeze that blows by. The shore continuously has waves lapping up against it. The rocks provide a cover from prying eyes as you're walking along. Every once in a while you see the fins of creatures coming out of the water in the distance and dipping back down. Large fins that look like different kinds of creatures, from sharks to dolphins to large sunfish, dipping up and down out of the water. The band leads you for a while, pauses for a moment, and you all look out in the distance and see a large crab. This crab is humongous, the size of a house. It's kind of crawling along the sand. They put their arms out and pause for a moment. And Grit, the drummer, goes,
I've never seen one of those. Those things are huge. That would be a great meal, wouldn't it?
Jean-Paul goes, no, don't even think about it. We're going past it. We're going to sneak past it. Okay? Sneaking past. There's no place to go but straight through. So we'll wait for its back to be turned, and we'll sneak by. Sound good? Kind of looks back at everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Does anyone have anything they want to do to up the chances of them sneaking by said giant crab?
Yeah, I think I have Oh no. Never mind. I can't do that. Do we sleep?
We've not slept yet.
No, I can't do that. Never mind.
I guess I just want to like do my kobold instinct and just like scuttle past on all fours, I guess. So
Maybe my snake could cause a distraction?
Oh,
I was thinking I could use Phantasmal Force, but unfortunately I don't have any more spells. So maybe I could just have my snake make a loud noise somehow, rustle in the leaves, break a twig maybe.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll send my snake out. Well, actually, is it sleeping?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So the crab is kind of faced out towards the waves, and you have your snake kind of slither through the sand in and out of the rocks that line the shoreline here, and it slithers its way out in front of the crab. Shisa, go ahead and roll me a performance check. We're going to use your performance for your snake since it's your snake. All right, with a 12 performance, the snake kind of gets up on its belly and arches its back all the way up so that its head is kind of near the legs of the creature, and it gives a loud hiss as the crab looks over, and you guys are all sneaking by. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Stealth.
Pretty good. All right. So,
Luckily,
let me
be
roll for
okay.
Leon too. Okay. So with those rolls, a few things happen. You guys are kind of sneaking through the area, tiptoeing or like kind of rush sprinting through as fast as you can to get by the crab. And as you do, Crocus, you step on top of a what seems like a nest, and you feel a large pinch on your toe. And as you lift your foot up, a crab has just a smaller crab has clawed onto your toe, and you let out a as the large crab that you were trying to sneak by in the first place takes its claw and slams it down on top of the snake. Roll me a dexterity saving throw for the snake. So just use your dex. It's fine. Dexterity saving throw. Shisa. This is Shisa. 11. Okay, the claw comes down on top of the snake, and poof, your snake turns into a crumpled pile of nothing. It disappears in the magic, and your snake is dead for now until you rest.
Nice.
Rip.
No.
Moonsy, your character takes 3 points of piercing damage as the crab is on your foot, and the band. As they're all walking, they actually rolled a natural 1 on their stealth. So, Jean-Paul is doing fine. He's kind of leading the way, but, Grit and the bassist and the guitarist, they all kind of trip over a few rocks. Their instruments go tumbling, crashing, down to the ground, and the large crab turns to face you all, and it begins scuttling in your direction. I need everyone to roll me initiative, please. There's not going to be any map for this one. We're just going to theater of the mind this particular battle.
That's good.
Okay. All right, the crab scuttles in your direction. And we got some pretty low initiatives. Let's see here. All right. Let me roll for the rest of the people here. Trevor actually gets to go first. That's funny. All right. So Trevor immediately pulls his crossbow out and fires it at the crab. He goes, "Oh no, oh no!" And he is going to miss as the crossbow bolt does hit the creature, but it bounces off of its shelled armor. The crab is going to scuttle up and make a claw attack on... Let's go with... we'll go with... Shisa. One is a... 19 to hit for... 8 points of piercing damage as the claw grabs onto you and pierces you. He grabs on with one hand and pierces you with the other claw. Crocus, the crab is probably about 10 feet from you, attacking Shisa currently. She's kind of struggling to get out of its grasp. A moment. It hasn't grappled you or anything, Shisa, so on your turn you'll be able to move. It's just for the...
Is it my turn next then?
It is Crocus. Yep, and then Fergus, you're on deck.
I'm gonna roll for. I want to speak with animals. Maybe I can talk to the crab.
Sure, yeah. Roll me a. Well, what do you want to say? You speak with animals.
I'm gonna be like, so sorry. We're just passing by. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Very apologetic the fact that we stumbled into their nest.
She's kind of the claws that are on you let you go for a moment as the crab turns towards Crocus, and you hear its crackly voice, Crocus, speak back to you. The rest of you, all you hear is noises, but Crocus...
I think I can actually hear, can't I? Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm dumb. Just keep going.
No, you're not dumb.
I just like I can listen to all languages, but I can't listen to animals.
Right. So the crab says,
"You are trespassing in my domain."
So sorry about that. We just needed to get past and through to the towns. We're kind of tired, and we didn't know. I'm so sorry about that.
roll me a persuasion check.
P.
sorry is not enough for me. I require a sacrifice. I'll take that one.
He points his claw towards Trevor.
Oh, fuck no! Fuck you, fucking crab dinner! Don't even think about it!
You still have a bonus action for your turn?
Yeah, my bonus action's gonna be fucking magic stone. Fuck this dude.
All right. Go ahead and roll the magic stone attack. Let's see if you hit. 14 is going to miss the crab. The crab's a little too armored as the rock gleans off of its armor. It's going to bring us to Fergus.
How close am I to the fucker?
As close as you want to be.
Okay, I'm just gonna use my trident because obviously it's got like a hard shell, so I just want to use my trident to just like pierce the shell, I suppose.
All right. Go ahead and roll a trident attack.
Trident is there.
24 is definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Yes,
With
sir.
sneak attack, you get sneak attack. For this
So is that I
particular-
just roll with advantage?
Hold on, maybe you don't get sneak attack. Give me a second. I don't think trident's a finesse weapon. Give me a second. Sneak attack is just extra. No, it's versatile, not finesse. So you would not get sneak attack. But sneak attack is that extra damage you get when you use daggers and bows and stuff.
Cool. I'll just roll my damage then, yeah.
Yep. Just roll the regular trident damage.
It rolled 12 on my screen, but it hasn't submitted it to D&D.
Okay.
Roll 20.
Hey, that's all right. 12 damage to the crab as the trident pierces through the shell, the armored shell. It kind of pierces in. You feel some fleshy under meat inside the crab as you pierce through and unstab the trident. That's gonna bring us to Sheesa's turn.
Now, see, I'm conflicted because I could end this easily by either doing animal friendship or sleep, but I don't know the likelihood of either of those things working properly.
Well,
No.
animal friendship, read what it does.
It says the spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. You have to be able to see it. It must be able to see and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails automatically. The beast must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration. If you or one of your companions harms the target after the spell ends.
Okay. So it may work. The other one, sleep, you would have to roll pretty high, but you may be able to put it to sleep. It just depends on, sleep matters on how much health they have. So it is a giant crab, so it's like a lot of health, but if you roll highly, you may be able to put it to sleep. You're probably more likely to have animal friendship work.
Okay, so
Or you
yeah,
could
let's
just
do the
damage
animal
it.
friendship. I'm gonna try to friend it.
All right. Click on the spell. Oh, you did. Okay, let me read what the DC is. DC 14 wisdom save. It rolled a 3.
Nice.
The crab, its claws kind of immediately, as they're going towards Trevor, they immediately kind of drop to the crab's side, and it scuttles backwards. Fergus, you would get an attack of opportunity if you wanted it.
Yeah, I'll attack.
If you attack, it ends the charm from
then,
Jinx.
no, I won't attack.
Oh.
Then I definitely won't attack.
Okay.
No, I definitely won't attack.
All right. So the crab scuttles backwards and out of the way, and then it immediately looks back to Crocus, and Crocus, it says,
Crocus?
I changed my mind.
Did you?
Yeah, we're cool now. We're cool.
Are we?
Yeah, it's cool. You guys can go.
I'm like kind of like holding on to my bloody wounds, laughing my ass off.
Yeah, it's chill. It's not a big deal.
Well, it seems kind of like a big deal. You kind of hurt
All
my
right,
friend
wait, I
over
think we're
there.
good enough. We can head out now.
Go on. Go. Get out of here. Go. You're good. See you later.
Walk away.
The crab scuttles back and kind of burrows itself into the sand, and you guys finish your trek towards the city of Cliffhaven. So,
God.
on your way there, I hope I haven't used the name Cliffhaven yet. I feel like, did I already use that name for you guys? I don't think I did. It's a new city, right?
Mhm.
All right. Well, either way, Cliffhaven is where you arrive. It is a large, beautiful coastal city that has these buildings that are made with like straw rooftops. Kind of everything has this almost Mediterranean kind of look to it. A lot of circular buildings, again, with those straw and leaf rooftops. There are a few stone structures scattered throughout, but for the most part, you've got people kind of milling around, doing all kinds of water activities, from fishing to sailing, swimming, and all of the in-between. As you arrive into the city, the band kind of looks to you all. Jean-Paul says, "Well, we've made it to Cliffhaven, and from here, if you want to head back in the other direction, I'm sure you can handle that crab yourself. It seems you did a fine job. Sorry for waking it up. Stupid idiots behind me." And he kind of looks back to the band, who kind of got its attention by clattering their instruments all on the ground. He says, "Stupid idiots will be paying for that. We're paying for drinks tonight, if you're interested."
Crocus is
Yeah.
still mad at them. Crocus doesn't even say anything. Just...
Yeah, we'll consider it.
All right. Well, we'll be in the tavern. It's right over there. He kind of points to a large-looking circular building with the straw rooftop, and it's got a big sign above it that looks like an oyster, and it's called the Drippy Oyster.
Nice.
And as you're looking over at it, it seems pretty bumping. It's getting close to that like dinner time. It's like probably like 3 or 4 o'clock p.m. ish. So people are kind of winding down on their activities, their fishing, whatever it is that they're doing. You see a large boat kind of out in the distance in the water. It is reeling, and it looks like one of those large sunfish. It's kind of like there's like 3 people like yanking on this giant fishing pole and dragging this fish out of the water that's almost as big as they are, if not bigger. With that, this is a place that you can explore for if you're interested in. You can purchase things. You can just take your rest and get the fuck out. You can go to the tavern and meet the locals. This place is going to have a lot of knowledge for you when it comes to like anything you're curious about coastal wise. So if you're interested in anything that has to do with the water or the coast, this place seems like it's pretty well off. If you're interested in locations, it also probably is a great place for gossip, being a big port city. People coming from all over the place with different stories and things. So with that said, what are you interested in doing?
I think we should try and find out some more info about this harp. I think, even though Crocus, I know you won't enjoy this, but I think we should go to the pub with these idiots and see if we can find some info.
You know, somebody's gotta keep an eye on Trevor anyways. It's fine.
You say that, and Trevor's already being like scammed into buying a necklace from this like shopkeeper on the shore. The shopkeeper's like got it around his neck, and he's like,
"So, I see you've got a sack full of gold there. Where'd you get that from, buddy? Can I have some of that? How about for this necklace?"
I think Crocus might spend some time teaching Trevor some street smarts, actually.
Surprisingly, Trevor actually, he's kind of like blowing the guy off. He's like takes the necklace off, and Trevor's like, actually, I was a pirate, so I know these. And he kind of like shoves the necklace back in his face.
He's fine. He's
As
fine.
you're walking over, thinking you need to save him, he's doing okay. On the other hand,
more information.
um, is behind you, Fergus, and he kind of taps you on the shoulder, and he says,
I don't drink. But if we find a place to stay, I've got some things I need to work on. Maybe something that could be useful to you.
Sure, would you rather go back to a tavern? I don't mind paying for your room if you want to sleep.
I think the
slash work
tavern
on
and the
stuff.
bar are probably the same place they usually are.
Yeah, but some taverns have rooms above them, you cheeky git.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I don't mind. That would be beneficial. I'll pay for your room and I'll get someone to send dinner up your way while you work on whatever you want to work on.
Thanks. That sounds great. I should have it done by morning.
Cool, amazing. I'm gonna hand him 1 gold piece as well and just be like, if you need anything, feel free to, like, I don't know, just get yourself some. If you need to buy materials or whatever, just get yourself some stuff.
his mouth kind of twitches when you hand him the gold piece, and his teeth kind of gleam in the sunlight as he smiles, and then he bites into it, and he's like,
That's real?
he kind of puts it in his little pack.
And then I just kind of wander off to find like the tavern manager to book a room for him or whatever.
So as you are wandering towards the tavern, he's kind of like trailing behind you a little bit. You hear that same shopkeeper kind of come up to him and go, "Hey, buddy, you want to buy?" And you immediately hear go,
Don't even try it, you piece of shit.
and he kind of like puts his hands in his pockets and walks forward towards you.
I turn around and I'm like, I yell at the shopkeeper. I'm like, all right, mate, if you're trying to sell all my friends' stuff, tell me what I can get for 1,200 gold from your shop. Let's see if you're worth what you talk about.
He falls down to his knees as you say that number, and he's like,
Wait, you have 1,000 gold pieces?
Listen, I'm just looking for a magical rapier.
I can't help you with that, but I can
help you with this. And he kind of opens up his trench coat, and all of these like beautiful looking shell things are displayed. One of which is in a cage. It's like a shell that's inside a cage, and it's kind of dangling from the inside of his trench coat.
So I point towards the shell that's in a cage. I'm like, and what's this?
He looks down at it. He goes,
Interested in my special magical hermit crab, are you?
What can a special magical hermit crab do, my friend?
One that's worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, really?
Is it?
I'm gonna roll. Would it be insight?
yeah. All right, 14. You're not sure exactly if he's telling the truth. It seems sus. It definitely seems a bit suspicious. But he kind of taps on the cage, and as he does, this beautiful, like, sea blue hermit crab kind of crawls out of the shell and puts its claws around the bars of the cage. Its little beady eyes are looking at you, kind of like moving up and down.
Perfect. Well, thank God I'm a demigod of the sea. I just talked to the hermit crab. Hey, little guy. The shopkeeper's not going to be able to understand us, so don't worry. This is a private conversation. Why has he got you in a cage?
You see the hermit crab kind of tilt its head as it's looking at you, and its little eyeballs kind of wiggle up and down, and he says,
I'm not exactly sure, but I think people think I'm magical.
And just to confirm, you're a regular little hermit crab trying to live your life.
I think I'm magically fabulous.
he kind of like puts his claws out.
I mean, listen, I don't disagree with you, but I'm the son of Lytropius, and I feel like I have a duty of care. I feel bad seeing you locked up in a cage.
I don't think I'm magical, but I've been told I'm a nice good luck charm.
Okay,
That's how I
interesting.
got sold in the first place.
And how were you found?
The same as most hermit crabs, I'm sure.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was but a
Give
wee
me-
little crabby.
Okay, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. And I kind of put my attention back to the shopkeeper. And I say, 20 gold pieces. Final offer. Take it or leave it.
Deal.
Perfect.
He unhinges, he unhooks the cage from inside his jacket and hands it to you for the 20 gold piece exchange.
And as we're doing the exchange, I like use my sleight of hand to try and like usher as many of the hermit crabs out of his jacket as possible.
Well, there's only the one. The rest
Oh,
of
I
them
thought
are
he had
just
a
shell
few.
jewelry and like shell
Oh, okay,
things.
okay.
It's just that
Okay.
one that was in a cage because it was a creature of some kind.
Okay. Ignore that then. Ignore that.
Okay.
So I'll just minus 20 gold off me 2 secs.
All right.
Kirk is
All
so
right.
considerate.
I look at the the shopkeeper and I'm like, right. In the nicest way possible, get lost before you annoy me and my friends too much.
He bows graciously, like all the way down to the sand, and then stands up and scurries off. The hermit crab now in your hands, his little claws kind of coming out of the cage, like kind of like making like the uppies motion.
So I speak to the little crab. I'm like, so little guy, what's your name?
I don't have a name. I'm just a hermit crab.
Well, I'm gonna call you Hermie.
Hermie, I like that. That's a nice name. I'll take that.
I'm gonna give you a little choice here, Hermie. I can put you back in the sea, and you can find your way back to wherever you came from, or me and my friends over there, and I kind of point over to Crocus and Shisa. We're a little group of adventurers, and we're trying to find out the truth about our lives. There's been a lot of ups and downs. It's been an interesting journey for sure, but you say you're a good luck charm. I'm sure we could use you. And you're more than welcome to join us.
The hermit crab kind of tilts its head back and forth. Its little whiskers kind of go up and down. And it says, excuse me.
How about this? Do you want me to come with you?
Well, the very little time I've known you, you've made my friends chuckle quite a lot. So, at worst case scenario, you're good fun. At best case scenario, you're good fun and a lot of use. So, I would say you'd be a great companion.
The hermit crab kind of nods its head. Roll me a persuasion check first.
Oh. I love Hermie. I would die for Hermie.
With a 22. Hermie kind of nods his head up and down.
I will accompany you on your journey. That seems better than roaming the sands alone.
Perfect. Well, I've got a amazing little spot on my left shoulder. I can let you out the cage, and you can just make my left shoulder your home.
I would be honored.
Perfect. I like open the cage and just like bump him out onto my shoulder.
All right, he crawls out of the cage. His shell is surprisingly kind of pokey on your shoulder, but for the most part, he crawls onto your shoulder, leaving you with a new companion. Hermie the hermit crab is actually magical. He provides you, whoever is attuned to him, aka friends with him, is provided a single luck point per day. So you can use that to re-roll any dice once per day. So he is a good luck charm.
Aww.
Oh shit! Okay.
Any D20 roll, you can, so saving throw, attack, ability check, any of those, one luck point is pretty good. But he is a creature. He can die. So you gotta,
Yeah.
If he's on your shoulder when you get hit by a dragon's fire blast, it's not living through that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, sick. Our first magical item, bog.
So, Hermie kind of crawls up onto a nice perch on your shoulder, and he says, "Well, where to?"
Well, for now, we're just going to the tavern to try and find out some information. We're looking for the Harp of Vivian. I'm unsure if you've heard of it before, but we're trying to track it down for my good friend Shisa and kind of point over in her general direction. And rumor has it the pub is where the gossip is, so that's where we're headed.
Okay. Funnily enough, this whole time, Crocus and Shisa, you have been watching Fergus go while he's talking to Hermie, because you can't understand Hermie, and Fergus can only speak in Hermit Crab when he speaks in Hermit Crab, so he sounds exactly like Hermie. They make little noises back at each other. But Shisa, they're both looking at you. Fergus points at you, and the Hermit Crab, which is just like a fucking dumb animal normally to you, just waves its claw at you, it's very.
Crocus is like, look.
I think I'm just gonna terrified, I'm confused, try to wave back at it,
It's so you know how hermit crabs have one big claw and then one that kind of looks like a thumb. It rotates its claw and gives you a thumbs up.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna place my hands on my cheeks in a really over dramatic way, shocked by it.
As you're standing there, Fergus, you hear a noise behind you, as a seagull is coming down to grab Hermie. What are you gonna do?
I just put my hand over him. Instinctively.
Hermie's claws are pushing up against your hand as you put your hand over it. The seagull comes down and nips at your hand and then flies off.
So I take my hand away and I explain to him, I was like, okay, we need to get you somewhere better to sit. How would you feel? And I look at her and I'm like, how would you feel that maybe we try and procure a necklace where it's like a fishbowl and you can sit in there, because that way you're slightly shielded from the outside. I'm worried a seagull's gonna eat you.
Well, that sounds expensive and not very useful. How about, do you have a little sack or something I can just live in?
I can put you in my money pouch, but I
Money pouch.
Ooh.
Maybe we could find a small animal cage around here.
I mean,
You
did
have a
he
cage.
come
He
in
came.
cage?
He came in a
Yeah.
cage.
Ask him,
Yeah.
maybe he won't mind going back into that.
We could glue the cage to your shoulder.
You could
I don't
tie
know.
it to you could tie it to your belt or something, you know.
Eyeballing here.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, how about this, Hermie? Would you rather be in the money pouch, or I can put you in the cage and tie the cage around my neck, and that way you can be out and see what's going on. But if you'd rather be in the money pouch, you can be wherever you want. I just want you to be safe.
Hermie nods his head and he says,
I'll go in the cage for you, but not that other creep.
Oh.
Who's the creep?
The
Oh,
one
the
who
shop
sold
guy.
me.
Yeah. I'll let you out. Listen, Hermie, whenever you want to stretch your legs, I'll let you out. Don't you worry. It's more genuinely, I know this probably sounds like a lie, but this is for your protection, I promise.
Hermie kind of gives you one of those crabby thumbs up and crawls into his cage. You
Maybe we
latch
could
the little door
even
shut.
make it so that Hermie can open it themselves.
Oh.
Yeah, I can just not lock it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, that's
I just
cute.
close the latch, but I don't put the padlock back on or whatever.
Okay, so he can kind of reach through the thing and lift up the latch.
Yeah. It's
Or
like a
was.
normal gate, you know how it has the gates have the latch you lift up, and then it's something like that.
Yep.
And then I have a random piece of rope in my pocket that I just procure.
Yeah, each of your
makeshift
characters I
necklace
think
out.
came with 50 feet of rope, so you got plenty of rope.
Yeah.
So you make a necklace out of Hermie's cage, and You have that 1 luck point for as long as Hermie is safe.
Okay, we take those.
Lagged out.
All right. You guys head into the tavern. It's bustling with people, all kinds of races and types of people that you see throughout. It's like a menagerie of different looks and aesthetics that you see of just types of people, because this is a port city and it's a very common stop, it seems, for many. You've got people that look like pirates, people that look like merchants. You got people that look like just adventurers or random folks that live around the area. And as you come in, a kind of sharp-toothed goblin waitress, she is delivering drinks to a table. There's only one open table that's kind of like in the back corner. She points in that direction and she goes, "Take a seat. We'll be right with you."
Thank you.
She gives you a gentle smile, one of those like, I'm working, but I'm also, nice kind of thing.
Oh, I love her already.
She finishes up with the table that she's at. A large group ends up leaving, group of about 12 burly looking black bearded pirates with these golden like chains that kind of come down off their beards. They all kind of stand up and they leave a huge tip for her. And one of them says, "See you next time, Marjorie." And she kind of waves at them as they all
Nice
leave.
regulars. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. As they all leave, she comes over to your table. She's got a little notepad that she flips open, and she's got a quill, and she says, "What can I get for you?" Welcome, by the way.
Thank you. Drinks all around?
Yeah, you point over to Jean Paul, who because he's the one who said he was going to buy drinks. He was going to buy you. He's going to buy you guys drinks. Drinks were on him. So you point over to him. She looks over in that direction, and she says, "You're with John Paul."
Yeah.
Wow. You don't seem the type. Well, Jean Paul, what are they getting? And he just kind of nods. He goes, "Marjorie, it's been so long. How about just a round for everyone in the bar? How's that sound?" And she kind of nods her head. She says, "Classic John Paul." And she walks off to the
Before
back.
she walks off, I interrupt and I'm like, Jean Paul, I think you owe us a bit more than just a round at the bar. Marjorie, what's your most expensive scotch?
She smiles, this like big toothy goblin grin from ear to ear, and she says, "Most expensive, you say?"
Yeah, I'm feeling a little lavish. Thankfully, it's not my money I'm spending, but
I'm feeling a little lavish too, actually.
Yeah.
I'll have what he's having.
You hear an instinctive like guttural from Jean Paul, like a guttural like, "Ugh." But she looks over and she says, "You said you're buying, right, Jean Paul? Remember what happened last time?" He kind of like looks down at the table, and she said, "Yeah, that's right. So, you want our most expensive scotch?"
Yes,
Well,
please.
"We call it the clam chowder. It's been aging for well over 300 years.
Perfect. How much does a measure set me back?
She smiles and she says, "Each shot is worth about 60 gold pieces."
Perfect. We'll take 4.
4 it is on Jean Paul.
Cheers.
And then me and Crocus just stand up and we're like, yeah.
She heads into the back and she goes, "4 clam chowder, the good shit, not the soup." And you just hear that as she's going into the back. Comes back a few minutes later after you've all had some laughs and Jean Paul's sweating it out at the table. And she lays down these scotches in front of you that almost have like a mold on the top of them. Like they look extremely old, and now you know why they're called clam chowder.
Perfect. Bottoms up. Cheers, Crocus.
Cheers, Fergus.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, everybody. Anyone who's drinking that. Constitution saving
Not.
throw. You doing it too, Shisa?
No.
No. Leon is for sure.
No.
Oh no, Crocus.
Crocus doesn't usually drink, but she's feeling a bit.
To be fair, it's kind of canon anyway, right?
Yeah,
Like-
that's canon.
Yeah. All right. So, Fergus, you're able to down the clam chowder, and you go, nah, and you're good on it. But Crocus, as you're downing it, you're like taking a sip, like starting by taking a sip, and it kind of like this globule kind of goes down your throat, and it makes you gag a little bit. It doesn't taste necessarily bad. It stings, but it's the texture of it. It's this kind of gelatinous like texture, and as it's going down, but you finish your shot, and immediately you start to feel the effects of it. Your vision kind of starts to go blurry a little bit, and like you're feeling quite tipsy for the most part. And meanwhile, while this is happening, Fergus, I assume that you would have flagged down Marjorie to tell her about getting a room so that can go work on his thing, like you said you were going to.
Yeah. I think, yeah, correct. I would have done that before, but I
Yep.
forgot about that. So
Yep.
I would have
No,
done it
you're
like
good.
as we walked in.
You're good. So is grabbing a plate of what looks like smoked meats and going up to the room. He kind of gives you a wave as he's going up. Like a asking for permission almost.
Yeah. I look at and I just kind of like give him a gentle nod. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like a gentle warm nod. Yeah.
He nods his head and he runs up the steps. You got 4 shots of clam chowder. 1 for you, 1 for Crocus. I assume 1 for Shisa, but she doesn't want it.
Effort. So I'll grab it and kind of keep it in the palm of my hand so it's not like visible. And I kind of walk over to Jean Paul with an evil grin on my face, and I'm
Foul.
like, listen, you've paid for these, pal, so it's only right. And I just kind of place it in front of him. Everyone's had that before. You've had that one friend walk over with a shot of tequila and be like, and
Crocus
that's
is just
exactly
like
what I'm doing.
staring him down, like, yeah, John Paul.
Jean-Paul runs his fingers through his hair. He goes, that's a piece of cake. I've had this before. He goes ahead and downs it. If anyone would like to roll insight on that, you feel free.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight on that.
He's
actually.
rolling his Constitution saving throw.
I rolled my insight on that. Yeah.
All right, so with a 17 and a 19, Jean-Paul has most certainly never had this before, but he looks confident. As he downs it, he rolls a 4 on his Constitution saving throw. So as he downs it, he immediately starts like kind of rocking back and forth in his chair, just kind of like, that was a piece of cake, mate.
Yeah, no, I can tell. Do you want to try and touch your nose, John Paul?
He goes like this and touches his eye. As he does, he goes, oh shit, mate. Oh, fuck. Another round for everyone, he says, as Marjorie, she goes, I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think you know exactly how much you're spending, Jean-Paul. Let's just slow it down, should we? And the rest of the bar's like, drinks, as they're all like using Jean-Paul's money.
While everyone's distracted and John Paul's kind of drunk, I want to try and pickpocket him. I want to try and take his gold off him.
Jean-Paul?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand check.
This plus 10 better fucking come in handy, I swear to God. Okay.
27 sleight of hand. As you roll that, Fergus, you reach your hand kind of just like gently down into the pockets of his leather jacket, searching around for anything that you might be able to find that's useful. The first thing you find is that ledger that he had kind of packed into one of his pockets. It's that ledger that's got like all the people that are wanted, like for bounties. So he had that as well. You also find in his pockets 16 platinum, which is worth about 160 gold pieces.
I'm gonna take them both.
Okay. So you nab the ledger and you nab the bounty ledger and the 16 platinum. So go ahead and add either 16 platinum or 160 gold to your sheet. Either one's fine.
Perfect. Okay, I've done that.
All right. He doesn't seem to notice at all. Nobody
I
does.
should hope not with a 27. Fuck me.
Yeah, nobody does.
Perfect.
And as that happens, Marjorie's kind of like arguing with the crowd, like saying like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's drunk, you know, and they're all like, drinks, drinks, drinks. And some of them are starting to get, like rowdy with her. Like
Ooh.
some of them are like,
Okay, and then I'll turn around. I'll just bellow. I'll be like, Marjorie, don't worry. This one's on me.
okay. So what are you holding up? Are you just saying that, or are you holding up money?
I'm just holding up gold pieces, not the platinum pieces. That's too bait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna walk over and give her like 100 gold and just say the cheapest ales for everyone until the tab runs out.
Okay. Go
And
ahead.
then I'll say to her, and once this tab runs out as well, start kicking people out because it's getting rowdy in here.
Okay. She says, oh, you saved me a good one. All right. Let's do it. She nabs your 100 gold, which, how much gold do you have with the 160 that you just got?
So I added it as platinum pieces. So I've got 16 platinum. I've already taken away the 100. I've got 1096 gold.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. You've got bar favor for the night. What that means is it's kind of a special buff that I give as a DM. When you pay for an entire bar's worth of drinks, you get advantage on any persuasion, intimidation, or performance checks. You and your party get advantage on those checks during the time where you're like during this night at the bar. So with anyone at the bar.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to talk with anyone, you're easier at getting information because you've been paying for drinks. So same with like if Shisa wants to perform or something, they'll all kind of have a better, even if she sucks, they'll have a better, look at her. They'll have a better feeling about her, and they'll still cheer her on, kind of thing. So with that said, what would you like to do? Trevor is not drinking; he's too young. He's just kind of sitting back as people are throwing drinks around.
Who's currently in the bar? Can I roll like an insight or something? Maybe somebody interested.
Sure, yeah. Roll me a perception check for like interesting people.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the same. Do we get advantage then because we've got bar favor?
This would not be a bar favor thing. This is only charisma checks for bar favor.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Okay, Crooked.
Nice,
Okay.
natural 20. Love those. All
We
right,
do love
Shisa,
a
did
nat
you want to
20
roll
in
as
this
well?
one.
Your perception check.
I
Just looking around
think
for interesting people.
instead, I think instead I'm just going to probably like play one of my instruments.
Okay.
Like I think I'll pull out my flute and I'll just start playing my flute.
Okay. Normally that would be an annoying thing to do at a bar, but you're good at it. So roll me a performance check with advantage. Roll twice, take the higher number. 13 it is, I guess. All right.
I'm gonna play it lightly though.
Okay. So with a 13, as you're playing the flute, people are kind of gathering around, clinking glasses together. You're kind of playing one of those like classic like those kind of like beats to it, and people are once in a while giving you small pieces of gold. I mean, people aren't super rich in this area, so you end up making like 6 gold pieces from your performance, and we'll say 20 silver pieces from your performance,
Gore.
which is another 2 gold basically.
I
in
want
silver.
to do a perception check on the people that were watching me though. Like to see if
we'll
I
come
want
back to that. Roll me a perception check for that. We'll come back to it after we do the perception for the other 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So, Fergus, since your number was a little lower, I'll give you a less interesting person, but still interesting with a 15. You're looking around, you see a lizard folk This person is kind of looks like a kobold-ish, like similar kind of scaly skin, but just taller and more humanoid looking. They have a long tail. They have this kind of like reddish tint to them. All these feathers all over their body that are like part of their clothing and jewelry, kind of like sticking up in all different kinds of places. She is like very decked out and looks almost royal, like in like kind of like a royal way. And she is sitting with her back to the bar, kind of like leaning back her chair back on the bar. And there are two people beneath her, like massaging her feet at the bar. She seems like someone that's got some money or at least some power or some influence, that someone that you would be interested in talking with. Almost gives you similar vibes to Queen Nephilim, actually. Just similar-ish vibes. This kind of like powerful matriarch. Crocus, with your natural 20, the 25, looking around the room, one person stands out to you as like incredibly different than most. This character is a Kenku. Do you know what a Kenku is?
No, I do not know what a Kenku is.
So Kenku, Kenku, they are raven people. So he is sitting on one of the tables cross-legged, and he seems to be discussing something with a human kind of sitting at the table with him. They're kind of going back and forth. But what you notice about this Kenku that surprises you is, out of the corner of your eye with that perception check, you notice his jewelry has symbols on it of Vivian, the goddess that you're looking for information about. He's got bracelets that have her harp symbol on them, and you would never have noticed it because they're not golden or like shiny. They're actually like a black onyx kind of looking color, which is very hard to see on his body. He's got this kind of like black feathery body, very just hard to see, but you're able to kind of see it out of the glint from some of the light coming around. And he seems to be discussing something with a human who's sitting at his table, and you notice that they both have like cases, guitar cases on their laps. The human has one on his lap, and the Kenku has one on his lap, and they're both kind of leaning on them, talking to each other. Kenku are kind of special because as raven people, they have been cursed. Their entire race, Kenku race, has been cursed. They can't actually speak their own words. They have to mimic what they've heard in their life. So when you speak with him, if his voice sounds strange, you'll know why now. He's mimicking like voices he's heard throughout his life.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So with those ideas, and then Shisa with a 7, the people who are handing you money are mostly just locals. Like there's no one super special giving you any attention right now.
Drats.
Yeah. So Crocus and Fergus, do either of you want to pursue either of those targets?
Absolutely.
Okay. Crocus, do you just walk over there yourself, or do you tell the party what's going on, or?
Crocus is a little bit...
A little drunk.
A little bit drunk. I think Crocus would kind of like confidently just kind of walk up. Hi! Very bubbly, very go-lucky towards them.
Okay. You guys see Crocus uncharacteristically kind of stand up from her chair and saunter her way through the crowd, just kind of gently gliding past people in a tipsy kind of way, something that you've probably never seen before. Shisa being the really like, you being the very not drunk one right now, the very sober one right now. So you would probably be the first to notice that, as well as Trevor kind of in the distance.
A little too hard last time.
Trevor, you also hear Crocus behind you. Trevor kind of in the distance as you're walking away. He just kind of says, "Wait, where are you going?"
I'll be back. You.
So as you walk up, what do you say?
I have to say, really like your jewelry. It's fascinating. Where did you get this? Where did you get those pieces? They're just beautiful.
The Kenku raises an eyebrow at you, and his large beak kind of turns in your direction. You've kind of walked up in the middle of their conversation. The human kind of crosses his legs in his chair and looks up at you as well. He kind of gives you one of these kind of smiles like, hello. And the Kenku, who's got his eyebrow kind of raised at you and his beak pointed like halfway in your direction, you hear him say, hello.
Hi.
He kind of tilts his head. Every time you hear that sound, he's like tilting his head. And as he says hello, he says, you like my jewelry?
Crocus is like, you are just gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where did you happen? I'm so sorry to interrupt your conversation. I'm Crocus, by the way. She kind of like sticks a hand out.
He leans on his case and reaches his hand out for yours. It's just kind of like a regular-ish hand, just covered in feathers. They have no wings. The raven people, these Kenkus, have no wings.
Right.
He says, in a voice that sounds kind of like a brothel worker, probably imitating something he's heard. He holds up his wrist with the jewelry on it, and he says, are you interested, baby? You know he's mimicking and he's looking for words to say. He's not actually, there's no sexual connotation.
It just made Crocus laugh a little bit. Yeah.
So he kind of tilts his head. He says he doesn't actually say anything. He starts kind of humming like a church hymn. It's kind of like and he kind of like tilts his head over to the human, and the human says, "We're sorry. He's it's not very easy for him to communicate. We found the jewelry at a church, actually."
Oh wow. And I'm so sorry. What was your name?
Me?
Yeah.
He kind of rolls his eyes and he says, "You want the real name? Or you want the stage name?"
Whatever you feel most comfortable with.
He smirks, and he says, "Okay, well, some call me the golden voice of the north.
Ooh.
Others just call me Terry."
Nice to meet you, Terry. And your friend's name?
This, and he kind of puts his hand on the Kenku. He says, "This is my partner," and they kind of like look at each other and nod in that way. And he says, "He can tell you his name." And the Kenku kind of opens his beak, and as he does, you hear a beautiful kind of soaring voice come out, and it just sounds like absolutely tremendous, but it almost mimics the human's voice. It's like he's mimicking the human's voice talent, like his talent for singing, and that way they can duet and kind of make music together in that way. And he says, "You can call me Terry too."
Terry and Terry too. Where was this church, you say?
The Kenku kind of nods his head backwards, like in a direction backwards, kind of east from the bar, and he says, "All you've got to do is go east."
East.
Yes, you'll see it.
Do you guys know anything about this jewelry, maybe?
The Kenku kind of looking down at it, touches the jewelry and kind of rotates it around his wrist, and he says, "For Vivian, the goddess of music." He sounds like a almost like a church priest almost. when he says it.
Crocus is so excited right now. She looks across the bar for Shisa. I have to introduce you to my friend. I simply must. She's looking. Shisa.
What's Shisa doing? She may not be.
I'm just sitting around, like, kind of staring at Ross. I mean Fergus, and laughing at how drunk he is. And sorry, and I was
No, yeah,
laughing at
please.
the other guy too because he thought he could handle it, and he's like obviously a mess. So.
Right. So you hear Crocus kind of from across the bar hollering your name. As you look over, she's kind of pointing at you and then like waving you to come over. And you see a Kenku and a human kind of sitting at their table across the bar that she's talking to. Now that you're looking in that direction, you see this Kenku has this jewelry on his arms that has the symbol of your mom, the symbol of Vivian, kind of across them. And as he looks at you, the Kenku's eyes get very large, and Crocus, you hear the Kenku go, "Wait." And the human also kind of now able to stand up and like look at you from across the bar. Shisa looks at you, and the human goes, "Wait, is that?"
Would you like me to introduce you?
Their eyes kind of get big. Shisa, you recognize these two. These two were people that used to come to your bar that you worked at.
Oh.
And they were regulars. They used to come around the kingdom that you used to live in as well. Just traveling musicians. And one of them, in your voice, the raven kind of waves his hand up, and you hear in your voice, "Hello."
Oh my goodness, my friends! Hello! It's been so long since I've seen you.
Immediately back, "Oh my goodness, my friends! It's been so long since I've seen you." He kind of like waves at you back.
I'm like laughing in delight because I love how he mimics me, because it's like my favorite thing ever since I love my own voice.
Crocus is so amused right now. Holy shit.
And in one of those kind of what are the odds scenarios, something that wouldn't have even happened if Crocus didn't roll high enough on her perception check. There are so many people in this bar. You probably wouldn't have even noticed them there. And they definitely sure didn't notice you because you're playing flute. You only got a 13. They don't give a shit about bad music. But with that said, it's kind of one in a million scenario. And as you look over and the crowd is still kind of talking and murmuring, you make that contact from across the bar, and that's where we're going to end it for today. We'll pick that up next time as you reconnect with some people from your past. I will say these two characters are not people who were like your besties or anything like that, but just regulars, people that came by that you knew, people that you maybe even, you can decide your relationship with them. You can decide if you liked them, if you didn't like them, if you took lessons from them, whatever.
I think the reason that I reacted so well to them was because, like I said, like I just love Kanku, or like how they communicate is so precious to me.
Yeah,
so.
Me too. I love Kenku. One of my first characters was a Kenku. Freaking love it. So we'll pick that up next time, and we can kind of talk more about what your relationship with them is like, and it seems like they've got some information that they can help you with.